So I wrote this while I was living overseas. And basically the moment my feet touched Singapore, I completely changed my mind. I realized that a lot of it I changed my mind about. So I'll do this, but disclaimer, my thoughts on this subject are a lot more complex and slightly more violent. What I'm about to do. You are 6 years old and she is teaching you how to ride a bicycle. Do not wonder why she is doing this. Just know that 2 tins of luncheon meat a day and something your mother calls a salary are enough. Focus instead on her hands, keeping you upright. 1 on the handlebar, 1 on the seat. Keep moving your legs. 1, 2. There are no hungry people in the world anymore. You know this because last Sunday you put 3 coins into that box at church marked rice for the poor. Focus instead on the driveway in front of you. Look ahead. Do not look down. She says, "Alright," every time your pedal scrapes her calf. Every time she really should be saying, "Ouch." This is the only word you will learn in her language. She's let go now, but somehow you're still moving. Remember her smile. Remember the feeling as your feet rise up off the concrete. If you remember anything else, remember that this is not a machine, but the closest you will come to levitation. The way you arch your back and lower your head is not so much an aerodynamic sitting position, more like a prostration to freedom. The way your heels lift off the ground, how you raise your right knee and stretch out your left, nothing less than a genuflection. The way getting on your hands and knees to scrub someone else's floor for 2 tins of luncheon meat a day and the right kind of currency is not an act of submission but a form of survival, the highest form of dignity. And one day you will grow up, you'll read about workers' rights and the global economy, you'll learn all the right words but they won't quite translate. Don't bug your parents when you come home about the minimum wage. They already pay her more than the average maid. See, the rice crop was bad this year, so they gave her some extra. She can't complain. Just focus on what you see in front of you. How balance and muscle memory were molded by a pair of invisible hands so that you might someday fly through cities built on tarmac, laid by 1,000 more invisible hands, past buildings put together by 1,000 years' worth of 1,000 invisible men. And how women in your country never did leave the kitchen, just got their names and nationalities altered. Or perhaps just this. How somewhere in the world, every 10 minutes, a young girl from a small village teaches a younger girl from a slightly larger village the art of defying gravity. Thank you.